Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to look at what happened to June after he left the Ice Cavern near the end of Reach. So if you enjoy, a like is very appreciated, along with a comment telling me if you'd want June to make an appearance in the main story in some sort of capacity. Also, if you have any topics or fan theories or anything that you'd like me to cover in a video, then leave them in the comments. I'd love to answer some of your requests or theories in a video. So, let's begin. Near the end of Reach, Carter ordered June to escort Halsey to safety to Castle Base, assumed to be a safe haven from the Covenant. He managed to get her there safely, but left her, weirdly, completely alone in the base for like an entire day until Red Team at that time arrived. This Red Team consisted of Will 043, Vin 030, Isaac 039, they were part of Red Team Delta, and also Fred and Kelly of Red Team Alpha. After leaving Halsey at Castle Base, June encountered ODST Book at some point, and then managed to make it off Reach, somehow, as the only survivor of Noble Team. Skipping forward to after the Human Covenant War, June retired from active service as a Spartan due to being selected to lead the development team of the Spartan-IV program. He ultimately took the role of head recruiter for the program, alongside Commander Musa 096. In January of 2553, he met the now familiar face of ODST's Sarah Palmer and recruited her into the program as a member of the first class of Spartan-IVs. After meeting Book on Reach, he travelled to the colony of Sundown, where Book was on a vacation with his then girlfriend, only Captain Veronica Dare. June tried to recruit Book into the first class of Spartan-IVs, however Book denied the offer due to not wanting to abandon his squad, Alpha 9, and of course not wanting to abandon his beloved girlfriend, Veronica. Interestingly, this made Book the first and only person to decline June's offer in the first class of Spartan-IVs. After the augmentations, June and Musa surveyed the recruits on an obstacle course, during which Palmer managed to soar past her comrades to the objective, which sparked the recruiters' first lesson to the recruits: never seek glory for oneself, and stick with one's team. A few days later, June and Lasky gave the recruits a tour of the almost completed UNSC Infinity. Of course, in keeping with Halo tradition, nothing can ever go perfectly for humanity. During the tour, insurrectionists of the New Colonial Alliance attacked and took Del Rio and the Infinity's bridge crew hostage, also taking the ship's AI offline. Ilsa Zane, who was the leader of the group, threatened to depressurize the entire ship and kill everyone on board if they even tried to retake the bridge, and June went against ruling to allow the Spartan-IVs to access their second generation Mjolnir armor on the ship to attempt to retake the bridge. June had to explain to the Spartans that Ilsa Zane was the only survivor of a top secret prototypical phase of the Spartan-IV program. Her augmentations were far superior to theirs, however at the same time they made her mentally unstable, which caused her defection to the NCA. Zane detected the Spartans moving to the bridge and depressurized the S-deck, which sent several crew members into space, including June and Lasky, of whom were saved by Palmer and Spartan Edward Davis. Palmer and Davis pushed to the bridge, while June and the others engaged the NCA forces, and together, they eventually managed to retake the Infinity. The success of the first class of Spartan-IVs allowed Commander Musa to fund further classes, of which June was tasked with recruiting for. June once again tried to recruit Book, seeking him out at Leeward's Bar on Draco 3, where they shared a really obscure Chinese alcoholic drink called Beiju to honour the recently deceased rookie of Alpha 9. At first, Book declined the offer, until June finally informed him of the increased funding into the program, which would allow for the remainder of Alpha 9 to be Spartans alongside him. This, of course, caused Book to give in and finally become a Spartan-IV. In keeping with his promise, June contacted and recruited Romeo and Mickey to join the program. Training for the second class of Spartan-IVs was moved to a UNSC space station above a dwarf planet. Shortly after their augmentations, June was informed that one of the Spartans, Hideo Wakahisa, didn't return from training. June went to look for him before ultimately finding his dead body in the tunnels of the training area. June searched the area for evidence while a medical team removed the body. He had the station's admin team search through training recordings to remove as many Spartans from the pool of suspects as possible. With the possible suspects narrowed down, June and Musa visited Book, Romeo and Mickey, who were unfortunately still on the list of possible murderers. June revealed that he'd found a medallion at the scene that belonged to Mickey, of which he said was always kept in his unlocked locker, so it was easy for someone to steal it, and Buck and Romeo insisted repeatedly that he didn't do it. Due to suspicions, June assigned the 3 Spartans to temporary quarters until further notice, and Musa sent June to search for the security footage of the locker room. Matters quickly escalated when Spartan trainee Rudolph Schein was found responsible for the murder, and when confronted, was found in the station's recreational room, threatening to detonate the station unless his demands were met. Musa turned off the station's gravity, allowing June to charge Rudolph as the anti-gravity caused the explosive switches to fail, preventing the explosive that he placed all across the station from detonating. June knocked a grenade out of his hand, however it still detonated, which killed Captain O'Day, who had come to confront Schein. June continued to brawl with Schein, during which they smacked into the viewpoint window which shattered it, pulling them out into space. Luckily, Lucy B091 and Tom B292, who were serving as trainees for the Spartan-IVs, witnessed them fall into space and quickly rushed to June's aid. Tom managed to tether himself to an airlock and launched himself out to grab June, just as June fell unconscious, while Lucy stayed aboard to pull them back inside the station. The 3 survived and recovered from their exposure to space in a few days. Skipping forward a year to 2555, Spartan Mickey defected to the United Rebel Front while on a mission with Buck and Romeo, of whom detained their longtime squad member and handed him over to June, who arrested him. By 2556, June was still the head recruiter for the Spartan-IVs, having recruited Holly Tanaka, a now familiar face, upon the recommendation of Captain French of the UNSC Cascadia. In March of 2558, June held the position of Chief of Staff of the Spartan-IV program, and it's unknown what he did or what happened to him after the created Rose and Cortana resurrected later that year. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Unfortunately, no theories for this one. I didn't want to make a theory up about June when there's basically little to no evidence about him actually returning to the main story in any capacity. Partly for the sake of my own integrity as someone who makes videos about sort of believable Halo theories, and also not to waste your guys' time with a theory that just isn't even remotely believable. So thanks a lot for watching in hindsight, guys. Be sure to join me next time when I discuss a topic of your choosing that you left in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you then.